Do you struggle to pronounce the R's in Spanish? You're not alone. In this video, I'm going to show you a clear step-by-step guide to help you work the mechanics and to learn how to pronounce the different R sounds in Spanish. By the end of this video, you will have a clear path to learn how to pronounce the R's like a native Spanish speaker. Let's get started. Arranquemos. Some people say that you need to put a pencil between your teeth and practice the R sound. Some people say that you need to use tongue twisters. R con R cigarro, R con R barril. Rápido ruedan los carros, cargados de azúcar del ferrocarril. Tres tristes tigres tragaban trigo en un trigal. Some people say that you need to get a slice of bread and put a piece just behind your front upper teeth. R. Some people say that you need to use a Q-tip and use it to guide your tongue. I don't know how many tips or tricks there are in order to help you learn how to pronounce the R in Spanish. If they work for you, fine. This is my advice for you. The P. What does the P stand for? Practice. It takes hundreds of tries to get it right. Believe it or not, many English speakers already know how to pronounce one of the R sounds in Spanish, the soft R, especially Americans. Butter, matter, better, water, bitter, little. Let's begin with the soft R. The soft R is the sound between vowels or in the middle of a word. For example, cara, pero, para, mira, hora, ahora, quiero, gracias. If you notice, your mouth needs to be relaxed. And you don't say r. You say re. It's just a little tap of your tongue behind your top front teeth. Ra. If you notice, my lips are not moving. Ra, re, ri, ro, ru. My lips only move to pronounce the sound of the vowel. The soft R is a very common sound after a consonant. So the pattern consonant, vowel is a very common one. And especially with these consonants. Most of the time, Spanish students study the R sound isolated, but I think it's really important to see how the R works with other consonants and vowels. And remember that it is very important to learn the Spanish sounds. You cannot play the Spanish pronunciation game with the English pronunciation rules. Bra, bre, bri, bro, bru. For example, Brazil. Cra, cre, cri, cro, cru. Por ejemplo, Croacia. Dra, dre, dri, dro, dru. Por ejemplo, droguería. Fra, fre, free, fro, fru. For example, Francia. Gra, gre, gri, grow, grew. For example, gracias. Pra, pre, pri, pro, pru. Por ejemplo, siempre. Tra, tre, tri, tro, tru. For example, trabajo. So the pronunciation is not tra, it's tra, tra. Let's repeat again. Bra, cra, dra, fra, gra, pra, tra, 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 tre, tres, tri, actriz, tro, trozo, tru, truco. This combination is also a soft R, vowel plus consonant or vowel plus R, basically. So this is R, not R, R, ir, or, ur. Let's repeat again. R, ir, or, ur. Let's practice with some vocabulary. Ar, árbol, arte, So far, I don't have any words with this combination. Ir, for example, the verb ir, which is to go, and Irlanda. Orden, organizar. Urgente, urbano. These are great words that you can use to practice your R pronunciation. Now we have the combination consonant, vowel, consonant, where the last consonant is the R. Let's practice. Bar, ver, bir, bor, bur, like barco. Car, ser, this is different. Sir is different. Cor, cur. For example, cerca, near or close. Dar, der, dir, dor, dur. Por ejemplo, dormir. Far, fer, fir, for, fur. For example, farmacia. Gar, head, irregular. Hir, irregular. Gor, gur. For example, cargar. Par, per, pir, por, pur. For example, parte. Tar, ter, tir, tor, tur. For example, cantar. Ar, ir, or, ur. For example, harto. Har, her, hir, hor, hur. For example, viajar. Lar, ler, lir, lor, lur. For example, volar. Mar, mer, mir, mor, mur. For example, martes. Nar, ner, nir, nor, nur. For example, llenar. Rar, rer, rir, ror, rur. For example, mirar. The last two combinations of the soft R are sar, ser, sir, sor, sur. For example, sartén and zar. Remember that this is not zar, the Z in Spanish has two pronunciations. In Latin America, we say zar, like an S. In Spain, they say zar, like a TH, zar. zar or zar, and sur or zur in Spain. A common example with zar is comenzar, empezar. In Spain, comenzar, empezar. Now, let's go to the most difficult sound, the rolled R or the trilled R. When the R is at the beginning of a word, remember that the rolled R is not a sound everybody is born with. This is a learned sound. So you need to practice it and practice it in context. Try practicing very common words and practice every day. I'm sure that if you pronounce it every day, you will see a huge difference in a month. And in 6 months, you will be pronouncing the rolled R like a native Spanish speaker. Let's practice very common words with a single R at the beginning of a word that are going to sound like a rolled R or a trilled R. Ropa. Ropa. Try to make your tongue vibrate. Ropa. Regalo. Regalo. Remember that the rolled R doesn't come from your throat. It comes from your palate and behind your front teeth. Regalo. Respuesta. Respuesta. Rojo. Rojo. Reto. Reto. Rutina. Rutina. Rico. Rico. Rumba. Rumba. Responsable. Responsable. Now, you roll your tongue in Spanish when you see the double R between two vowels. Let's practice again. Perro. Perro. Ahorrar. Ahorrar. Carro. Carro. Cerrar. Cerrar. Corro. Corro. Barrio. Barrio. Arroz. Arroz. Arreglar. Arreglar. Please don't give up on the rolled R or the trilled R. Remember the P. Practica. And if you want to know why you don't understand when native Spanish speakers speak, I recommend watching this video about connected speech.